If you can unmute, please.
There you go.
Yes. Your name, sir?
Pedro Estaco, Your Honor.
Pedro Estaca?
Estaco, E-S-T-A-C-O.
Okay. You still haven't filed an answer, but you have you? No.
I did. I tried. I actually went to the court, but it was closed again. And I tried to call various of times, and I did the answer. Actually, the day that you told me, I received the email and tried to send it back, but I did. Yes, sir.
You sent an email in when?
The day after you guys sent me an email, somebody from your office sent me an email.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me a date.
I have to go to the back to the. I have it in this phone. Let me see if I can open my.
Mr. Ahumada, can you unmute? Mr. Ahumada, can you hear me?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Do you have
Judge.
video?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, you need to turn it on.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, how do I do that? With share screen or add participant or which
On
one?
the very bottom, there should be like a camera icon, and you should.
Okay, let me see. Camera icon.
It's a video, or mine says stop video, but it's because it has video now.
You want to have it in this phone? I have to go back. Do it through this phone. Check it out through this phone. Have my email here on this phone.
Okay, you have to do what? You have to check for your email on your phone?
Yes, I have my everything on this phone. Which I'm talking, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, I understand that, but you were also to file an answer, but you haven't filed an answer. There we go, Mr. Ahumada. Now you can.
Okay.
So we need to, I'd like to get an answer on file. Are you denying Mr. Ahumada's claim?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we sent you an answer and you said you sent it back?
Yes, sir.
When did you send it back? You don't
It
know.
was the day after the day after I received the email. I don't remember exactly.
When?
It should be
Where did you send it?
I responded to the email that I got from, I believe, one of your, so I have it in the email here. I can respond. I can go today if you need me to go back and to your
No,
office.
you just need to email the answer. It's very, very simple.
Okay. I did it, sir. You want me to, I can send it again. I can try to send it right now.
Yes, please.
Let me go to another computer and I'll send it in the meanwhile if you want to.
You want to write down my email address, please?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. Let me just get to a computer. I think I have it. If it's the one that you guys send me, I do have it here.
Just write it down, then we know what you have it.
Sure. Give me 1 second. Give it to me, sir, please.
Okay, it's going to be B, like in boy. Garza, Garza, at epcounty.com.
Sure. Benjamin Garza, isn't it? The one
Yes.
that,
Mhm.
okay. I'll respond that again here.
What day did you send it?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to
I can look
find,
at it. If you just send it and we missed it, then it'll be on my email.
the 24th.
Okay, let me look at it. What time does it say?
No, I should,
Let me see. Send it to me again then.
okay. Let me find, ¿Me pasas ese de ahí, please? I'm sending it right now, okay, sir?
Okay, all right.
Give me one second. Sure.
El de la lluvia. Ahí te lo reviso, señorita. Sí, de nada.
Something is I'm just gonna send you like a response. Is that fine?
Is that okay, Judge?
Directly.
Just a response on just saying that. That's
What do you mean?
I'm not in my computer, and I don't know how to do it here in this computer.
A response, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you send an email response, I deny whatever you want to say. You know,
Okay.
say something.
I can do it again. If not, I'll send the other one again. But okay. Guys, here you go. Sent that already, sir.
Okay, I'm waiting for it. Okay, as soon as I get it, I'll attach it.
All right.
Each of you raise your right hands. You swear the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Ahumada, you want to tell me what this is about?
Yes, let me go back here to the original. I took my car to get the rear end glass replaced, and so I took it in, and my appointment at 10 o'clock was now shifted to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And then some other guy started working on my car, took the parts off, and then they put the glass on it.
What day was this?
This was okay, hold on a second.
¿Prestas una hoja en blanco, Vita?
Okay, on 6/24/2020, I took my 2000 Xfinity SUV to the Cuban Auto Glass to have the rear end replaced. I met with Pepe Escato afterwards. I saw the screws from the panel around the windows were gone, and the glass shares were rolling inside the panel when I operated the lift gate. I didn't know this till I got to my house. I advised him about the work. So I went back to see him, and I told him, I said, there's all the glasses in the panel. It's in the back. And he says he only takes the glass out as a service. And I said, well, if you would have not taken the glass out, I would never have brought it to you. So anyway, so he came to my house on 7/1 to replace the screws, because the original Infinity screws they were gone. And there was some glue on the window, so around the window, and I'd ask him to take the glue off. And so when he took it off, he tore the panel, about a 4-inch panel, and he didn't bother to tell me. He got in his vehicle and took off right away. So then I went back to see him and ask him about why he ripped the panel up on the car, and I asked him to replace it. He's going to have to replace it. And he said, well, I'm not going to put a new one. I'm going to replace it. And I said, as long as it's in good condition, I don't care. And then he says, because if you can't replace it, I'm going to have to take the next step. And he says, go ahead and take the next step. So he didn't want to take care of the problem. Well, the next thing that happened down the road here, the lock in the panel didn't open anymore because the glass had got into the lock. And so I had to go into the car to kick the door out in the back, and took it to Infinity, and they said, well, you got to replace the lock. I said, okay. So this is where I am. I got the window in, it still has glue all over it. I got a torn panel. I got a lock that doesn't work. And now I'm asking for a claim of $1,904.40 to do with labor and all to replace those areas.
What was the initial charge from Cuba Glass?
It was, let's see, $232.
That was through Glass.
That was paid on 6/24.
Is there an invoice?
Yes, sir. I got it right here.
Have you submitted a copy of it?
I can send it. You want it right now?
Yeah.
Please.
You want to email it in?
Yeah, I can do it. I can scan it.
Okay. If you email it to JP1 El Paso County written out @gmail.com.
Okay. Now, Judge, all the other invoices, I had sent it to you. You're looking at them. I'm sorry, Judge. I got to send this. I got to get off the line to send it. You can see it right here. Look at, and then I can send this original to you. Can you see it?
No. No, I can't. It's not legible. No.
Okay, this is the invoice right here. I'm showing it to you.
Mr.
And you can
Stocco, do
see
you
it.
have the invoice?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Have you sent it in? Nobody sent in the original invoice, what we're suing over?
No, sir, I haven't sent.
Well, I can send it to you right now, but I have to go off the line here to send it.
Let's go through what we might have to do that, but
Okay,
what is the rest of what you sent in here? What is this?
well, this is pictures of the evidence. I have Exhibit 1, which is the car
What is
inside.
on the screen right now?
This is the addendum, the additional costs. Now, I went to Save Glass to have an estimate how much he would charge me to take the glass out of the panel. And so they would charge me $85. I went to Infinity, and then so they sent me how much it would cost to replace the mechanism, the lock on the car, which is, you have an invoice there, Judge. You have an
Well, it says
invoice.
the
And
next thing is the cost of replacement of a plastic panel.
yeah, the panel, the original thing is that when he cut the 4-inch panel in the back of the car.
Is there a photo of it?
Yes, sir.
The photo down here?
Right there. Now that's the back of the panel. See where the windshield is? Go to the next slide, sir. There's the tour, the 4-inch tour that he did trying to take off the glue off the panel. And he
Plastic? What is this?
that's the tear. That's the tear on the panel.
Is this plastic? What is it? What are we looking at?
It's plastic and it's got white like cloth inside of it. So when you cut it, the white cloth comes out, and that's the white cloth on the panel.
And the panel is this whole thing?
That's the panel.
Where?
You see where the windshield wiper is at the end on the top?
Here?
Okay, if you go to the next picture, you can see the windshield.
Okay, so it's at the tip of the wind. It's right here.
Yeah, it's 4-inch long. It's 4 inches long.
Okay.
Because I saw him kept on doing that, and I wonder what this guy's doing. And then he took off. He didn't tell me. He just took off right away. And then he asked me when I went to go see him. He goes, "Why didn't you see me sooner?" He says, "Well, I'm not going to buy you a new one. I'm going to buy you a used one." And I said, "As long as it's in good condition, I don't mind it." And he didn't want to do that.
What is this here?
Okay, this is the panel in the back of the car. This is the whole panel that fits on the back of the car. It can't be patched. It's got to be replaced.
What is this?
That's the glass. That's the glass that was in the lock I took out. And that's the lock. That's the fragments in the lock.
So why can't the fragments just be taken out and the lock be fine?
Because it ruined it's got some plastic parts in it. So when it cools down, I have to go inside the car and kick it out. And if he would have done his job and take the glass out of the panel, then I wouldn't have any glass in my lock.
What is this?
This is the estimated cost from Infinity. Garza Cars is Infinity, and that's the cost right there.
Do you have it done?
No, I haven't done. Car's still the way it is.
What's the way it is?
With the fragments in the lock and doesn't lock and the torn panel. That's the cost to take the glass out. This is the cost of the panel right here.
Okay. Okay. When you say to email you have to go off, you have to log out to.
Well, let me try it. Let me see if I can screech this down. Let's see. All right, hold on. Let's see. Do you have a fax number?
No.
Ben, you don't have a fax number there?
Si la puedes encontrar, me la están pidiendo.
No, we don't have a fax number. Just you can just email it to us.
Well, I can email it to you, but I just got to get off the line to do it. I mean, he wasn't careful with the work he did, neither with putting on the glass, taking out the glass, coming to put the screws, and I asked him to take the glue off and tearing the panel. He's not careful. He doesn't really understand what he's doing, in my opinion. And like I said, if he would have told me he wasn't going to take the glass out in the first place, I would never had it done there. I'd done it somewhere else.
Are you in the process of emailing that?
Okay, maybe I can email it. How about on your phone? Can I send it to your phone? Take a picture of it and send it to your phone, Judge?
No, you can email it. You can take a picture of it and email it.
Okay, let's try that.
Your Honor,
Yes.
do I try to respond right now, or should I wait till you can give me permission to respond?
First, do you have any questions? Well, let him get this in, and then I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, can you ask the defendant to give me his email address? Because it's not coming through. His answer never came through.
Mr. Stockwell, can you give your email address?
Pepe, it's going to be PEPESTACO@hotmail.com. Let me check it again.
I have it. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to send you a response, a test, so you can send it, respond to it, and put your answer on there, because I can't.
Sure. I'm here on the front of the computer. It says, yes, it says your message has been blocked for. Sure, we see coming to our survey. Please adjust. Yes, coming back.
I just sent it to you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll load this.
Benjamin Garza.
Okay, I got it. Can I reply? Okay.
Yeah, just go and reply with it.
All right. Okay.
Ben, I just sent it a picture of it
To my email?
to the JP1 El Paso County.
Okay.
I'll take a look at that.
Judge has access to that, yes.
I just sent it back.
Okay, let me see if I get it.
I don't know, you got mine already?
No, I haven't. It's on the screen. You can see that nothing's come yet.
Okay.
And did you get Mr. Stockwell's?
Yes, I just attached it to the answer.
Okay, so we got that.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
you got
just-
it?
If you just refresh it, Judge, it'll come out.
Okay, Mr. Ahumada, yours hasn't come in. Did you send it to JP1,
Yeah, JP1.
just like what's written on the screen up
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
¿Tienes agua? ¿Tienes agua y que me regales? No hace falta ya ahorita, ¿eh? Ya, me acaba de meter la copia.
Ben, can I send it to your phone?
Or you can send it to my email. I just sent you an email, so I don't know.
You said, yeah,
I mean, you could try and send it. I don't know. Judge, is it okay if he sends it to my phone?
No, I'd rather not. I mean.
Okay.
Here, I'll send you an email. So put test on it. Here, respond to this. Did you get the email? You don't know. You have your email. You got to log off.
yeah, I got to log off to get to it.
Okay. Mr. Stocco, do you
Yes,
have a
sir.
copy? Do you have a copy of the invoice?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the ability to scan that and get that to me?
I have a scanner, sir.
Okay. Can you take a picture of it and send it by send it to an email?
I think so. Because I have the phone this that I'm using. Let me.
Oh.
I'll see.
Okay. Never mind. So Mr. Stocco,
Yes, sir.
do you have your invoice there?
Yes, sir. I have a copy.
Let me try to read that. See if I can read it. Here, put it up there. Let me see if I can read it. You
Give me one give me 1 second. They're pulling it up from the computer. 1 second, sir.
got to keep it still. It's Richard 492 Infinity. Except black back glass $215. Go farther down. See what it says down below. What does it say there were special notes?
Special notes, it says, keep this invoice for returns and installations warranties. Please check your car before take or after service has been done. The company not responsible for damages on your car or glass after you take it off.
If you take it off. What do you mean by that, Mr. Stocco?
After you take off, after you leave
Oh,
our
okay.
premises,
Oh, okay.
after we leave,
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahumada. Okay, Mr. Stocco, go ahead. You have any questions of Mr. Ahumada?
Yes, sir.
You have any questions?
no, I can.
Okay, you just want to say something? Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, he came on the 624 to install the glass. We don't do appointments. He's lying. We never done appointments here in our company. We normally take about an hour. That day, we do walk-ins, first come first serve basis. He had to wait his time. So it was nobody else that touched his vehicle. It was me that I did, the owner, and I've been doing this for 20 years, Your Honor. It was perfectly done. When he took off, he paid. We did the glass. He was in a hurry, so he came back the next day, and I think he talked to my secretary, telling her that he was gonna come over here. So when he got here the next day, which was the 25th, I was in a meeting with my employees. So he was mad. He was screaming in front of the office, and he came back to where the shop is, and I was having a meeting with 10 of my employees. He gets into the middle of the meeting and starts screaming at me because he was gonna wait 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and I told him, you have to wait because I'm in a meeting so I can go and see what you're missing. He was screaming and very hostile. So I told him, there's no other way, but you have to wait because I have a meeting. When I finished my meeting, I went and saw him, and he said he was missing 4 screws. As you see on the bottom of the invoice, it says, the company is not responsible for damages on your car or glass after you take off. Even though he told me that he was missing screws that they're never there because I did the work. and I was positive they were not there. Everything else that was there was another screws. I put them back. Even though I do good service. I do about six or seven dealers and a bunch of other companies here in El Paso. I told him that I was gonna get him those screws, even though I didn't lose them or took them off. So I went and buy those screws, and I went to his house. I think it was a week or week and a half after that. I have not to do that, but I did it as a good service. To be, I mean, I think that's good about me. I having to do that. It was not my responsible. It was not my responsibility, but I did it. I bought the screws and I went to his home and installed those clips. Good. So I called him before going to his house and told him that I was there outside. So came out, I fixed everything. He told me to clean some glue there and clean the glass, something like that. And I told him, it is ready, it's ready. You like it? Okay. So I took off. He comes 2 weeks after that. And then now he is arguing something else that I turn out his panel in the back is horrible. It looks like it's been hit a bunch of times with suitcases. All that is horrible, Your Honor. It's horrible. And then he's arguing that I broke his panel there. And he wants me to clean his vehicle, that I broke his panel, the panel of the door. And then he's asking me to clean his vehicle. I told him, we don't do details. If we vacuum the car, it's a courtesy of the company. We don't do car washes, cleaning. We do the auto glass. I didn't break the glass. It's responsible of, and we do this. We start doing this because we're trying to vacuum the cars of the people. But then sometimes their glass all the way to in front of the glass, and they wanted to clean the car. So we do this as a courtesy. It's not part of our job. I mean, if somebody broke your glass in front of your house, you can have glasses in the floor of your home, inside the vehicle. It's a courtesy that we do that. But he was arguing that I had to clean his truck. We did vacuum the outside of the truck. Inside the doors, it's impossible to take all the glasses inside the door. And that's not my responsibility. My responsibility, or what he did, he bought me a glass and I installed the glass for him on the vehicle. Period.
Wait, just a minute. The 232 was not for the glass, it was just for the installation?
I mean, the glass and the installation. I mean, we sold the glass and installed it.
Okay.
I mean, but it's not my responsibility to wash his car, clean his car. That's not my responsibility. He needs to take his car to a detail shop and pay for that somewhere else. I don't do that. And I told him a bunch of times, I don't do that. If you don't want to hear the glasses inside the panel, pay for it anywhere else. And he said, no, you have to pay it. I said, I don't have to pay $85. I didn't charge you to clean the vehicle. And there's something on it, sir. On the bottom of the doors, it goes narrow, and you cannot put the vacuum cleaner there. The vacuum cleaner won't go out inside there. So there's some holes in the bottom of the door that every time that you close the door, they're gonna be pulling out of the door. They're made for that. It's engineered for that. So there's nobody that's gonna clean the glasses of that door. It will cost him $1,000 to clean, to bring out, to disassemble the whole door. It has no sense what he's asking for. It has no sense. If you go to anybody, they will vacuum the most that they can as a courtesy, but nobody will charge you to clean the inside of the doors. It's impossible. Now, in the newer cars, they don't do tempered glass anymore. They're doing a laminated glass, so the glasses don't fall inside the door. But in the old cars, it still happens that because it's a tempered glass. The glasses go all the way inside, and just it's impossible to bring them out of there. And he's arguing that, but it's inconsistent. He came to 24. He came to 25, and then I went to his house the first of the 7. Then he came back on the 16th. It's impossible. And 2 weeks after that, he calls me and tells me that I broke his panel. It's impossible, Your Honor. And he was very aggressive here. The day that he came, he even told me, you know something, I will change you the panel. I will change you the panel. But he was very hostile, aggressive. He was irritating. He talked back to my secretary. My secretary, she told me, I will not argue with this guy anymore. Take care of him. He's very aggressive and he's insulting. It's just impossible to talk to him. To be honest, it was impossible. Even though,
Judge,
even though, let me talk. I'm talking to the judge. Even though, he said it right now. I told him that I was going to change him the panel and it was going to new, but he was very insulting. He was. I think you saw the last time that we had the meeting. He's super rude, sir.
hey, Judge, this is not talking about the window. This is not talking about the window. If you want to talk about insults,
but I have.
I can talk about
responsibility.
insults.
Mr. Ahumada, be quiet,
I
please.
have
Don't
no-
interrupt.
I don't have responsibility of nothing that he's asking, sir, because it says he signed it on the invoice. He saw it. It was, even though he came, I tried to help him, but it was no way to be helping this guy because he was very rude. I don't think I have no responsibility in that. Plus thing, I didn't broke his glass. It was not me he has to go back to the person that broke his glass and asking for the repairs of the lock, because it happens. If glass gets into the lock, and it happens not to us, to any car that gets glass into the lock, it could get stuck. But it's not my responsibility. I didn't break the glass. I tried to help him. I cleaned it. We vacuumed his vehicle as much as we could. It was not a responsibility. That's as a courtesy.
Okay.
That's what I can say.
Mr. Ahumada, do you have any questions of Mr. Estacco?
Yes, Judge. Look, I don't appreciate
Do
that
you have
you
any
stop.
questions of Mr. Estacco?
Yes. Okay. Insults are not going to work, Judge. This is not what this hearing's about. It's about the glass of my car.
Mr. Ahumada, do you know what a question is?
Okay. The loose glass. I talked to Infinity. Infinity says those
Mr.
holes.
Ahumada, I'm going to ask you
Yes.
one more time. Do you have any questions of Mr. Estacco?
No, I think it's all written. It's all there.
And Your Honor, I do auto glass for Infinity.
Mr. Estacco, please don't interrupt. There's an order to this. Mr. Ahumada, do you have any questions of Mr. Estacco? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Okay, what would you like to state, Mr. Ahumada?
Okay. What can I speak about my investigation on the door? And I went to Infinity, and the holes on the door are not meant for the glass to go out the door, the holes in the door.
What year of vehicle is this?
It's a 217. It's got 50,000 miles on it. I bought it in 218. It's 2 years old. The back of the panel, if you see in the picture, it was just dirty. Once you clean off the panel, you look at the picture on the panel, there's nothing wrong with the panel. It's like brand new. Okay, the thing
Let's
that
look at the picture. What picture are you referring to?
the one before the cut. Further down.
No, it's not it.
There's the panel of the car, Judge. Okay. It was just dirty. If you wipe it down, that's it. You have a picture of the panel. Does it look like it's damaged other than what's on top of the panel? If you look on top of the panel from the top, it's torn 4 inches long. That there's no reason for me to be, and it's that close. If you look at the next slide, Judge, it's so close. See, there was a bunch of glue there, and I told him to clean it. So when he got a razor and he went like this, I think he knew he tore it. Okay, because when I went back in there to look at it, I said, "Oh man, I can't believe this guy tore it."
Excuse me, when was this?
I'm speaking, please.
Mr.
Okay,
Estacco, you have an opportunity to ask him. Just a minute.
Yes,
Just
sir.
wait for him.
So I called the police department to see if I should make a report or should, and they asked me, it says, "No, you're going to have to take it to small claims." for them to do anything about it. I should have made a report. That way they could have seen it like that. So I talked to other attorneys and see what they want me to do about this, because I can't believe he did that. Okay. So that was the cleaning job. When he put the 4 screws in the panel, which were there before the glass, when I took it in, when he took the panel off, those screws have to come off. They're very big screws. I mean, they're very noticeable. So, if they were gone, I would have noticed it like that. This is a fairly new car, Judge.
Where
It's
are the
not an old car.
screws?
Huh? They're underneath. That's what holds the panel up.
This
When
panel.
the panel, when the door goes up, you see these 4 big screws there. They're yay big. They're about an inch big. Okay, you can't miss them. Okay, so when he put the panel back in,
Where do the screws go in at?
they're on the underneath. When the flap goes up, they're underneath the flap.
On
If
the
you go
inside
to
of the door here, on the inside of the.
On the bottom, the bottom where the arrow
Down
is,
here?
right there. Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Okay, if you go to the next slide. Okay, let's go to the next one, Judge. This is showing where the panel is.
are these the
inside
screws
car.
you're talking about? These 4
Yeah,
right
those are
here?
them. Those are them.
Okay,
Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, these, can you imagine? This is original size, Judge. You can't miss them. And every time the panel, the door goes up, everything would slide. You could hear everything slide. I mean, this is nothing. It's still stuck in the panel. There's 2 layers of panels. You got to take the second layer off to get the rest of the glass. He didn't want to do it. Okay, so when the panel goes up, the lift goes up, all the glass slides to the one side, and it goes down, everything slides to the other side. And that's very wrong. I mean, there's sheets of glass still in there. Okay, this is what I took out of the lock because he was jamming on me. Okay, he frankly
all of
didn't
this came out of,
take
right
right
there?
there. Yes, sir. Can you
came out of
believe
that
it?
opening right there.
No, from
All that
around the
glass
whole thing.
Came out of this?
Oh, that cartridge, the cartridge, I lifted up, and all the glass came out of that.
Pero más agüita acá.
Okay, now let me explain something to you. I was this is where the lock is, Judge. The next one, that's the lock. It's a very sophisticated lock. It's got sensors. It's got a lot of stuff in it. It's in a very expensive lock, let me tell you. And the guy told me, and he says, well, all the levers are like a plastic filter type thing that
Okay,
when they get scratched up, they don't perform.
How did your window get broken?
How did I what?
How did your window get broken?
Oh, I backed up into a pin, like a little ball pin, and it popped it. Like somebody would hit the glass with a little ball.
Isn't that the cause of the glass going in the door?
Well,
Yes.
it fell down. It fell down. Okay. But when you open the panels, there's 2 layers of panels. One's a steel panel inside and one's the plastic panel.
The glass,
glass-
when the glass was broke, isn't that the cause of glass shards in the door?
If you don't take the glass out, it's going to end up somewhere.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask it one more time.
I mean,
The breaking of the glass, the cause of the glass being in the door?
right.
Okay,
Okay, now when you, Judge, go in, or anybody goes in to go replace their window, you expect them to take the glass out. That's broken glass, right? I mean, that's kind of normal. If I would have known that he does this just as a service and he didn't do it, I wouldn't have gone there. I would have gone to somebody else that's going to do a good job. So when I got home and the door went up, all the glass went all the way to the back, and it went down all. And I said, "Holy cow! I didn't take out the glass." I said that was a red flag for me right away. So I went back, and it wasn't that I was okay. I called his secretary. I've got a problem. I've got screws missing, and I got loose glass in the panel. She said, "Come right now. He'll take care of you." So then I drive down there, and he won't take care of me. And I said, why did you call me to come? He's not going to even touch the car. You're wasting my time. you know, and then, so I waited and then I left and I came back 4 hours later and he still told me he wasn't going to do it. And that was the purpose, Judge, when you get a glass replaced, you don't take to a place that don't take the broken glass out. I mean, that's just not, it's not a common sense deal. I think that's real bad business. And I did some research before I went to go see him about the cut he did on the back of the panel. I called the department at that time to find out what my options are. Okay, and then I went to go see him. Okay, it's not like I'm going to jump in my car and run over there to see him. I got things to do. I've got people to see and things to take care of.
¿Tienes algún cheque de García por ahí?
You know, I
¿Algún
don't
cheque de
feel.
García? Infinity?
Okay, I can't. Is he talking or I'm talking?
He's muted. Go ahead and talk.
Okay, I hear him talking to me over. Okay, so, you know, I feel that I was misled and I thought he was going to do a good job. And it just started going one bad thing to another when he came to put my screws on. And they weren't even the screws that he was supposed to put on. They're not the right screws from Infinity. He went to O'Malley's and bought the wrong screws. So the wrong screws, okay, the panel was torn. He tore my panel. Now, you can tell it's right by the window to scrape off the glue. You can tell he went like this. And I know my car, Judge. I know I clean my car every day. I'm that kind of person. I'm real picky about how my car looks. So I noticed that, you know, right when he left and I looked in there, I said, oh my God, the guy tore my panel. I couldn't believe it. So when I went down to see him, he admitted to it. But he said he would get another one. And I said, I'm fine with it as long as you replace it without a torn in it. And it looks good. I was willing to work with him, but he walked away. And I wasn't rude or anything. I was to the point. I was firm. Because to me, it was serious. That's all I have to say, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Stocco,
Yes, sir.
anything you'd like to say?
Yes, sir. Look, Your Honor, I'm gonna show you the dishonesty of this gentleman right here. So he's saying that I didn't take care of him. So he comes to install the glass on June the 24th. I do his glass. He comes back the next day requesting 4 screws that they were not there. Even though what it says in the invoice that if you take off, you have no guarantees. If you don't, I mean, there's something wrong, you should have told us that day. I get him the screws. I order the screws. I don't have to go to his house. He needs to come over here. But as a good service, I go over there to his house and
Mr.
install
Stocco,
them.
let me ask you, do you have to remove the, do you have to remove these 4 screws?
Yes, sir. That's why I there was no way to tell him but I did the screws. I bought the screws and I go to his house and install the screws.
Let me finish the question, please.
Yes, sir.
Do you have to take the 4 screws out and remove the panel to install the new glass?
Actually, you have to take out 11 screws there. 11.
Do you have to remove the panel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You don't have
go
to.
ahead.
You don't have to remove it, but well, yeah, you have to remove it to connect some wires there. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
So, not a problem. I said, yeah, okay, I'll get you the screws. Even though he got into the middle of my meeting, he was super rude. He gets into the middle of a meeting with my employees, and I told him he had to wait till I'll finish. So
Well,
he tells me,
I've heard this, so let's not just keep repeating the same thing.
so
Let's
okay,
go and
I
see.
go on July the 1st to his house, which I don't have that to do. I bought them the screws and I get the screws on for him. He says that it's okay. He never told me nothing about the glasses, even though. But after July the 1st, he comes back on July the 16th. 2 weeks after that. 2 weeks, Your Honor. Requesting me to take the glass out inside. There's no way to take the glass out inside. If you can take it to another place, if you take it to Garcia, Infinity Garcia of El Paso, they can tell you whatever they want to, sir. They don't do auto glass, Your Honor. They don't do auto glass. I do the auto glass for them. I can show you that I do. I have checks from them. They pay me because I go and do the auto glass Garcia Infinity, I do it myself.
Let me ask you a question, Ms. Garcia. Did you acknowledge that you tore the panel?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. And,
He's lying.
and he says I did that on July the 1st, Your Honor. Why he comes back 2 weeks after that? I was there talking to him. He had my phone number. He could have called me. But 2 weeks, he needs money, and after 2 weeks, he comes in and tries to. Even though, Your Honor, he comes back, and I told him, you know something? Yes, I'll change you the panel because he's very rude. He's very aggressive. And you know something? I'm very good at my business. I give the best service. That's why I have most of the car dealers here in El Paso. You can call the general managers. They all know me very well. I do the auto glass for most of the cars. I do it for Hyundai of El Paso, Chamale, Buick GMC. I do for most of them. I do for all Vivas. I
Anything
do
else?
for Garcia.
Okay, anything else?
And one more thing, for
Okay.
educational purposes, on the bottom of the door, back door, of the tailgate, there's some holes, Your Honor. There, that they do it for so every time that you close the door, they're gonna be dropping glasses because you cannot vacuum the glasses inside. So every time, and if you after work, if you guys want to work, go and see in all the doors of the cars, on the bottom of the doors, you see some holes. When you get a breaker glass, glass is gonna be inside. Every time that you close the door, they're gonna be dropping. Those glasses on the doors, they don't cut. They're
Okay.
made for that. They're tempered glass. They don't cut. So
Anything else?
Every time that he closed the door, glasses can be dropping out of the glass. Second thing, we don't charge. We don't do detail. It's not our responsibility to clean his car, to take all the glass out of there.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay. Ben, did you get the call from Mr. Stocco?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I did get the answer.
Okay. Okay, my judgment is for plaintiff in the amount of $232. We will send you a copy of the judgment.
What about the panel, Judge?
My
He
judgment-
lied. He lied. And I've got evidence. And he lied.
The only liar is you. You're very dishonest. Sir.
Look at Judge.
You're dishonest.
Thank you
You're a
all.
very
I'm gonna end the
dishonest
meeting.
person, sir.
My judgment's for $232. I'll send a copy of the judgments to each of you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.